It was the boy's first time killing someone. After confirming that both the driver and his accomplice were dead, he immediately took the accomplice's wallet. Next, he picked up a stone and kept hitting the accomplice's face until it was unrecognizable. Then he took the accomplice's luggage and began living on using the accomplice's identity. Over the next 19 years, Mike killed 19 people who had the same build and age as him, and then continued to survive by taking over the victims' identities. He could mimic every detail perfectly, from eye color and hair color to the roughness of skin. While the police kept discovering bodies, they made no progress in tracking down the killer. What made them even angrier was that every time Mike buried a body, he chose crowded construction sites. This was undoubtedly a provocation to the police. One day, another body was found at a construction site. At first, the police didn't link it to the serial murder case. But Lisa, the new female detective, thought otherwise. She liked to lie at the burial site and imagine what had happened during the crime. Sure enough, she soon noticed that the length of the pit was exactly the same as the victim's height. This meant the killer was not an acquaintance of the victim, but had been following the victim for a long time. So she decided to start by investigating the relationships around the victim. However, just as Lisa was thinking about the next direction of the investigation, the police station received news of another body being found. This time, though, there was a witness. Soon, the man drew a sketch of the killer from memory. Lisa then went to the hotel where the killer was staying, based on the sketch. According to the hotel owner, the man had not stepped out of the room once in the 3 months he'd stayed there. Sure enough, when Lisa entered the room, she saw many pairs of glasses on the table, and the food had long gone moldy. Soon, Lisa noticed a hole in the ceiling. She reached in and pulled out a bag. When she poured out its contents to check, there was actually a severed finger inside. Right after that, a male corpse suddenly fell from the ceiling. The police quickly investigated the victim and found that his credit card had been used a few days earlier. Moreover, the landline in the room had made several calls to a number a few days before, and the owner of the number was an elderly woman. What was even more coincidental was that she had reported a case a few days prior, saying she had seen her son who had been dead for 19 years. But the police at the time thought she had misseen, so they didn't pay attention to it. However, Lisa realized there was a problem here. She went to the elderly woman's home and asked about the story of her deceased son. It turned out the elderly woman had once had twin sons, but because the younger son was too unruly to discipline, she favored the elder son more. Not long after, though, the elder son died in an accident. She suspected the younger son might have killed him, but she had no evidence. Even so, this made her grow more distant from the younger son. Later, the younger son ran away from home and died in a car accident. The police asked her to identify the body, but her resentment made her refuse to go. She didn't even know if the body was her son's until it was buried. Before leaving, the elderly woman gave Lisa a key piece of information. Her younger son had once broken his calf. So, to verify whether the boy was really dead, Lisa decided to open the coffin for an autopsy. Sure enough, after the forensic doctor examined the body, they found that the calf had not been broken. This meant the boy might not have died at all, and the killer of the serial murder case could be that boy. Later, Lisa worried about the elderly woman's safety, so she arranged for the woman to stay in a hotel. She herself went to the elderly woman's residence. Because she had seen the curtain decorations shaking during the day, she guessed there must be a secret room behind the wall.